स्वागत हो स्वीकार, द्वार हमारे आप आ गए, सहज लुटाने प्यार। साधन सीमित पर भाव विहल है, स्वागत को श्रीमान। आशा है स्वीकार करेंगे भाव सुमन का हार। अतिथि देवो भव, as quoted in Upanishad, after parents and teachers, guest is God. To cherish this, I request Reverend Dr. Father John P.J., the Executive Director of BSSS Institute of Advanced Studies, to welcome our Chief Guest, Mr. Girish Agrawal, the Promoter Director of Dainik Bhaskar Group. Thank you, sir. I extend the request to Dr. Father John P.J. to welcome Your Excellency, the Archdiocese of Bhopal, Most Reverend Dr. A.A.S. Dorai Raj SVD, who is also the Chairman and President of BSSS Institute of Advanced Studies. Thank you so much, sir. We have amongst us the special guest today. I request respected Registrar BSS IAS, Mr. Kuryakos Emmanuel sir, to welcome Vicar General Dr. Father Ishwar Das Mins. Please give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. An institution is not just a building of bricks and mortar. It is a vision of values conceived and trusted by many who came together to lay its foundation. Today, we stand proud as we celebrate the first Foundation Day of BSSS Institute of Advanced Studies. With this great sense of pride, I take the honor to invite our visionary and benevolent Executive Director, Reverend Dr. Father John P.J., to address the gathering.
Your Grace, Dr. Sebastian Doleraj, Archbishop and the Chairman of this institute, Mr. Girish Agrawal, the Chief Guest of the day, who consented to be present and to come down all the way from Mumbai just to attend this function today. Father Ishwar Das, the Vicar General of the Archdiocese, Reverend Fathers, invited guests, parents, and my dear faculty and students. A very good afternoon to one and all present here today for this Foundation Day celebrations of the BSSS Institute of Advanced Studies, which we call in short IAS. The Archdiocese of Bhopal stands in a responsible position to meet the educational requirements of a changing business scenario, striving constantly to update itself and accordingly respond to the needs of all concerned stakeholders. His Grace, former Archbishop, Reverend Dr. Leo Cornelio, envisaged the need to have a professional higher education institution to impart PG level professional management education in Bhopal and in central India. This is under the ambit of the All India Council for Technical Education, we call it AICTE, and other statutory bodies concerned with it. Accordingly, the concept of a new professional management institute named as BSSS IAS was envisioned and was converted into a reality on 3rd August, that is supposed to be tomorrow, but due to convenience of our guests, we have kept it for today, 2nd. In 21, and formally started its function on 16th of August 2021. The BSSS Institute of Advanced Studies aims to emerge as a top professional management institution in central India in order to play a pivotal role in professional management education as per the needs of the industry and other stakeholders. Now it is under the able leadership and guidance of His Grace Most Reverend Dr. AAS Dureraj, Archbishop of Bhopal. The AICTE has sanctioned 300 seats for MBA in 3 vivid programs. MBA full-time with a dual specialization in marketing management, HR, financial management, banking and financial services, retail management, and travel and tourism. Then we have also MBA in finance and MBA in marketing with 60 seats each. In addition to this, the Institute is offering 2 add-on skill development courses, that is business analytics and HR analytics, approved by NSDC and NISM. The overall management of the Institute is governed by the Board of Governors of the Archdiocese of Bhopal. In addition, the Institute has its educational activity monitoring committees in the form of advisory board, an academic council, and board of councils, etc. Since the inception of the Institute, BSSS IAS is trying to be the best in the field of research, consultancy and training, in addition to teaching, which is a judicious mix of management education. The MBA program aims to develop and equip students for career opportunities in the various functional sectors across industries. During the last 1 year, the Institute has carried out many activities for strengthening the industry academia interface, research and skill development. I would like to mention some of these activities. As envisaged by the advisory board, with great pleasure we would like to inform you that the BSSS IAS developed regular interaction with 45 industries at national and international level in terms of guest lectures, internships, research collaboration, and consultancy. As an initiative to collaborate with the industry in terms of research, the Institute has carried out research projects with Hindustan latex-like industries. To have better visibility and accessibility at the international level, the Institute has introduced a new course, postgraduate program in managerial capacity building, and an industry-oriented program having an academic credit point system for MBA students. The Institute has organized also a 2-day HR conclave, National HR Conclave, on the theme Carving Young Managers for Revolutionizing Business in December 2021. And we had a very good participation from around 35 organizations and 245 students from across central India took part in this conclave. As per the new education policy, the BSSS IAS took initiated a program on FDP in the month of October. It's also conducted a faculty induction program for the management education. There was a national seminar on scope and prospects of management research and entrepreneurship. Another seminar on entrepreneurship skill development. Another development program, executive development program on self-actualization and performance enhancement in July 22. We had recently, just last week, concluded a couple of days before. That was a national conference on the surging Indian economy by 2030. We had commendable participation from across India. In terms of faculty publications, the Institute's faculty has made a remarkable contribution. To their existing credentials, they have added 3 books, 4 research papers in national and UGC referred journals. Keeping the vision and mission of the Institute, some international credibility and more in the vicinity of to achieve in academic excellence. We have had number of tie-ups with international organizations. Prior to that, let me mention the summer internship program that we had just completed prior to the second semester examination, linked with the placement activity of the Institute. And we had 22 various industries, organizations connected for the SI program this year. The Institute has signed a memorandum of understanding with national and international organizations. To mention one, we have recently signed an MOU with Assumption University, Thailand, and Confederation of Indian Industry with National Stock Exchange and so on. It's also worth to mention that Madhya Pradesh State Cooperative Union has empaneled BSSS IAS along with BSSS College as a consultant for training and impact assessment and for study surveys. It is something commendable for us to have achieved in 1 year's time. Another feather to our cap is the Assumption University, Thailand, for the first time, has agreed to open an offshore campus in BSSS IAS for their international program called Master of Science in Management. It's going to be another 18 months, 1.5 years course to be conducted from BSSS IAS. In pursuit of excellence in management education, with its world-class infrastructure, it is proposed to have an executive MBA program and MCA in the coming year under the ambit of AICTE. And then we want to create a reachable management institute producing more talented people, managers, for the nation under the Honorable Prime Minister's scheme Atmanirbhar Bharat. The Institute believes that giving more emphasis on research in management and allied areas will support the organizations for future plans, and at the same time will be helping the nation in producing talented managers. With no compromise on quality, the Institute continues its journey towards excellence. Once again, we thank all our patrons, mentors, and corporate leaders for their continuous support and encouragement to what we are today.
Integrity, insight, and inclusiveness are the 3 essential qualities of a leader. As rightly mentioned in these words of Sadhguru, I take the honor to introduce you to the epitome of these three qualities, our Honorable Chief Guest of the Day, Mr. Girish Agrawal. With the profound flight of national and international admirations, his roots connect him to the BSSS family as the BSSS alumnus. I take the privilege to now invite the eloquent personality, Mr. Girish Agrawal, to address the audience.
Good afternoon, Reverend Dr. A.S. Durairaj, Father John B.J., and the faculty members and the young ladies and gentlemen present here. And I can see my friend Ashish also sitting there. So I'm privileged indeed to be given this opportunity to speak before this August gathering on the occasion of the Foundation Day of BSSS IAS Studies Bhopal. The honor humbles me to no end. As you all know that I studied in BSS for 2 years. I did my second year and third year from the other campus. So I was a backbencher in those days. So now speaking to all of you standing here is certainly indeed honor for me. And I feel really nostalgic, as they say, things end but memories live forever. More aptly, the memories goes back and forth in time, makes me feel as if I'm in a time machine, because while I'm talking to you, my mind and my memories goes back to that other hall at BSS for our annual function, where we will all be standing at the last bench and whistling and clapping for our friends. I see you are all pretty more decent and cultured students here. We'll come back to that later. In fact, the whole aura of BSS was so infectious that every boy and girl, those who were in my time, they really left an impression on me. And forget the classroom, even the canteen was such a pleasure to be there all the time. And I must say that BSS gave me that confidence of saying that yes, I can do it. Because like you, I was a student from Bhopal, started working pretty early, learned my way up, and certainly BSS gave me the confidence and also the friends for life. And whoever I am today and whatever I have achieved so far, whatever little, I think BSS indeed played a big role in that. In fact, it could have been more, but only for me not bunking my classes and spending my time in the parking lot. And I must thank some of them who managed the institute at that point of time when I was studying there. Father Stanlis Paul, Professor Khan, Professor Sudhakar, Mrs. Chavla, Ms. Kalyani Singh, Ms. Anuradha Verma, Professor Mishra, just to name few of them, because I think they certainly tried their best and to ensure that they passed on the wisdom and their knowledge to me. So I was able to learn from them, and whatever little I could adapt and I could use in my life for what being I am today here. So those who are right now standing in the courts here, those who said they are the first year students. So you have done your first year, correct? Next year you have one more year to go and then you will graduate, okay? You know what happened when you are in college, and especially you guys also, the life is different when you are in college, and it's totally different, strange, queer when you on the other side, When I was in college, I wanted my college to end as fast as it can, so that one need not to come to college every day, though my attendance was anyway pathetic, but still, But after I passed out the college, I want to go back. Every year we think that, oh man, we should have extended 1 year more in college. There should have been something more in college. You know why? Because when you are in the college, you are secured. You don't have to really bother about the world. There are teachers, you have parents, you have family, you come to college, you spend good time, you have friends, and you go back, correct? When you go outside the college, when you come into the real world, it's strange, it's competitive, it's cruel. Don't get depressed, but it is. Indeed it is. And that's the reason I always think I should have spent more time there. To handle this dilemma, that's the reason the institutes across the world are working hard and been working hard to prepare all of you, like me, to surmount all the challenges, all the impediments we all face going forward in the life. So guys, rather than giving you much more lecture, I would actually give you the tips which will help you, especially the MBA student, those who are in the first year now. And next year you will be out in the job market, correct? You will be looking for a job and people will be looking at you. So before you come to that stage, there are a few tips from my side, if you could remember that. And for the convenience purpose, I made them for the working days, Monday to Friday. So very first thing is that stay updated on the market trends. How do you stay updated to the market trends? Try to read. Because you may be doing the marketing, or you may be doing the finance, or you undergrads, you may be thinking right now, most of you must be thinking right now that let me finish my college, then I'll do my post-graduation, then I'll do something and all, correct? How many of the undergraduate students, or how many of you, the first year students, are already working on some startup project? Please raise your hand. One. What about the undergraduates? You all are thinking, let me finish this, then I'll get into the graduation, then I'll face the real world. My request to all of you is that please don't waste this time of thinking. Prepare yourself now. Prepare yourself now so that when you come out in the real world, the job world or the business world, you already have taken care of a lot of elements. So the first tip to all of you is that please try to read, get the knowledge of the subject which are not relevant to you. I'm repeating, the subject which are not relevant to you, because the relevant subject you read anyway. But what happens in the job market, we don't look at the relevant studies of yours. We pick you up for simple reason because we believe you can do anything and everything. So that's the reason you'll be required to have a knowledge of anything and everything. So somebody may say, listen, I'm not doing finance, so why should I know about finance? But that is requirement, whether you like it or not. You need to know technology, whether you are an MBA student or whether you are a science student. So please try to read at least 4 pages a day to get yourself more knowledge. Second is the communication skill. I'm from Bhopal. I studied in Bhopal, then worked in Bombay, all over the world. I think communication skill is one thing which everybody struggles with. You may have a great idea, you may have a great thing to talk about, but you really don't know how to put it across, how to speak up. And when you talk to your friends, you think you are a whiz kid, correct? Because in that canteen of yours, you are a whiz kid, but the moment you step out of the canteen, you don't know how to really communicate. So I guess brush your communication skill in whatever manner you can. Third one is the thought leadership. So there are two kinds of leadership. One is the leadership skill that you can lead people. That's fine, that's important. But another one is the thought leadership. Are you able to create a thought which can help people come and join you? Mahatma Gandhi is the classic example of the thought leader in the world. He didn't start as a leader that having thousands of people around him. He started with a thought leader and then lakhs and lakhs joined him. So please study, think about it, how you can bring onto a thought leadership. And next is what we call keep learning. How do you keep learning? You need to make a mentor. In your college, you have your teachers, you have lecturers, you have professors, those who teach you, correct? But I guess within them or within your peer group, you need to think, who else can be your mentor? You need to go and learn. Because what happens, most of us keep thinking that our session with a particular teacher or particular faculty ends in that 1.5 hours, correct? Moment the classes, I remember when Mr. Sudhakar or Professor Sudhakar used to walk in for our class, we used to be shit scared of him because economics was a difficult subject, maths was a difficult subject, you know. And to pass that 90 minutes was a difficult time. And he was a straightforward, if I'm allowed to say, very difficult professor, you know. But I think that was our mistake. We should have engaged with him after the classes also, because that 90 minutes or 60 minutes was not enough. You need to keep learning. You know, you can't decide the timeline for learning. So that's the reason you need to go back to your teachers. I know we all used to make fun of our teachers, correct? I'm sure you also make them. Most of the teachers had a nickname in our time, correct? You would also have them. You know, that's fine. I'm not saying that's something wrong. That's okay. But most important is that, are you respecting that teacher of yours for changing your life? Are you connecting with that teacher of yours beyond your classes? And I'm saying beyond your classes means if you have something more to learn, please go to him. You know, because teacher also looks at the student, those who are more keen, so that he can spend extra hour, extra time, extra effort on those. And last but not the least is networking. Now, these days, networking is very loosely used. But you know what networking is? To know people who can help you knowledge, who can help you connect, who can help you know things. You know, your education, your experience is important, but networking is really important. That's the reason why and exposure. That's the reason why the education institutions world over are doing this cross teaching, cross learning. People from northwestern Chicago would send their students to Spain to study for a month or 2 or 3. Like the father mentioned that the other institute from Thailand is planning to open up something here. That's for networking. So that if you know 10 right people, and if tomorrow you want to start a business and you want to know how the business is done, you should know 10 people whom you can give a call and go and meet them up and study from them, learn from them. And that could only come from networking if you are known to people. In my time, some of us were very intellectually arrogant. We thought, who can teach us here? Why would we go and meet up anybody else? You know, we are good enough. But I think that was a wrong approach, which we came to know when we faced the real world. So I'm giving you the wisdom of the real world, so that if any of you can take advantage of that, so that you don't have to waste that time and effort what we did in our life. You know, today when I see people like you have much more exposure and much more ways to learn. In our time, there was no Google, there was no Facebook, there was no social media. You know, the only way to meet people was the 10-number bus stop or to go to that cafe called Dudi's. You know, but in your time, the life has changed. You know, you have connectivity, you have known people, and you are much more knowledgeable than what I was at that point of time. So I would really encourage all of you to thrive, come out of your mold, and do much more than what you can do. And I know that something and everything, every possible learning what you guys are gaining today will be of your use going forward. So my dear young friends, remember that your college is a stepping stone to ensure that life outside college becomes a cakewalk for you. And I'm here wishing you all the best, all the best for your future. And thank you, Father, for inviting me. For me, this was totally a work trip coming all the way from Bombay to Bhopal. Anyway, I love coming to Bhopal. And right from the time I sat in the flight, suddenly all the memories, nostalgia struck me. And I started messaging old friends, saying that I'm going back to BSS. And I got some nasty comments also from my friends. But I'm really excited and happy among all of you. Thank you very much.
We are blessed to have amongst us Your Lordship, the Archbishop of Bhopal, Most Reverend Dr. Sebastian Durai Raj, SVD, who is also the Chairman and President of BSSS IAS. Archbishop Durai Raj is known for his simplicity of life, loyalty to the Church, and commitment to the mission. His spiritual life in itself bears witness to the gospel he believes in and proclaims. Without taking much time, I request your Lordship to please address the audience.
माननीय मुख्य अतिथि श्री गिरीश अग्रवाल जी, एग्जीक्यूटिव डायरेक्टर रेवरेंड डॉक्टर फादर जॉन PJ, all of you respected faculty members, professors and dear parents and my dear students, हर स्थापना दिवस फाउंडेशन डे लगभग जन्मदिन समारोह की तरह मनाया जाता है, मनाना चाहिए मैं समझता हूँ, क्योंकि एक संस्था का जन्म एक बच्चे के जन्म के समान है। एक संस्था शुरू करने के लिए संस्थापकों को बहुत कष्टों और संघर्षों से गुजरना पड़ता है। हम सबको मालूम है एक संस्था को स्टार्ट करना बहुत चुनौतीपूर्ण कार्य है। लॉट ऑफ हार्ड वर्क डॉक्टर फादर जॉन and a lot of pain, struggles, anxiety, challenges they had to face in having established this wonderful BSSS Institute of Advanced Studies. At this moment, we gratefully remember Archbishop Emeritus Leo Cornelio, Dr. Father John and all those members. I am not aware of all those who have been part of initiating, starting this Institute of Advanced Studies. This is the first anniversary of the foundation day. And so this Institute of Advanced Study is 1 year old baby. इसको बहुत सावधानी से संभालना पड़ेगा. And I think you are taking care of it very beautifully. As it gets older and older, we don't need to bother. It will start running like all these youngsters, smart ones running around. And so this institute needs a lot of support, lot of cooperation, and I think it will move forward. It's so good to see this. So very gratefully remember all these people, and I wish to invite you to thank God for inspiring all these people. And the Lord has blessed us to have an institution. Since I always mention to my friends and everybody, you know, we are competing with these countries that have been already ahead of us. We are catching up with them or even going forward. And so the Lord has blessed us with a vision, mission, courage and confidence to start this institute, and we are delighted to see this institute blooming and blossoming so beautifully. And so hearty congratulations and thanks to Father Dr. Father John, Registrar Mr. Kuriakos, and all the faculty members and my dear students. Let us keep this one point in mind, that one book, one pen, one student and one teacher can make a big difference, can change the world and can make a big difference here in this city of Bhopal. We pray that this one wonderful BSSS Institute of Professional Studies may make our professionals to advance in greater service to humanity. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, His Excellency. I would like to put on record that in a very short span of 1 year, BSSS IAS has been striving hard in taking ahead the vision and mission with which the foundation of this institute has been laid. In order to promote quality and ethical research, a 2-day national conference on the theme Resurging Indian Economy by 2030, Transcending Management Practices was organized on 28th and 29th July 2022. The conference was inaugurated by the eminent presence of the Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Hemant Kumar Soni, General Manager, Reserve Bank of India, Bhopal, and which was on 28th July, and it was concluded with the valedictory on 29th July 2022 with the eminent presence of the Chief Guest, Dr. C.S. Verma, Assistant Director and CRO of AICTE Bhopal. In the light of Envisioning India 2030, a report of the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry had laid down 10 areas where India needs to develop to become a world power. In order to manage that, we organized this national conference where these 10 areas were covered in 6 tracks. The conference made an attempt to cover all these areas, which included financial inclusiveness and economic growth, environment and sustainability, emerging challenges in community development, livelihood diversification and entrepreneurship, digitalization and social media marketing, human resource practices, and IT analytics, operations and supply chain management. These 6 tracks were chaired by the eminent academicians from the nationally and internationally acclaimed universities and colleges in Bhopal. The conference had an attraction of the Best Paper Award separately for research scholars and academicians. The conference received a pool of 32 quality research papers from across the country, out of which 2 papers were nominated under the Best Paper Award category for research scholar and academician. These nominations were made by the paper evaluators, which were also our session chairs, on a predefined parameters which included relevance of the topic of the research title to the track, research methodology applied, contribution to the literature and presentation content, and this nomination was duly consented by the constituted committee of the conference. Since we have recently concluded this national seminar, so we took the advantage of releasing these Best Paper Awards today, as this being the most auspicious day for BSSS IAS. So I request the dignitaries on the dais to please do the honors of felicitating the awardees, as I'll be declaring them right now. So the Best Paper Award for Academician goes to Dr. Anish Kumar Kakirala and Dr. Pooja Sharma for their paper titled Impact of Social Media on Indian Travelers, a study into the effect of psychological determinants on tourist decision making. Congratulations. May I have a big round of applause for the research contributors. The Best Paper Award for the research scholar goes to Mr. Ketan Teke for his paper Impact of Emotional Intelligence on Organizational Commitment in Different Modes of Working. I request Mr. Ritwis to collect the award in absentia. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you is not just 2 words, but it holds strong feeling of emotions and gratitude. To express our heartfelt gratitude, I now invite our respected head of the department, Dr. Jessie John, ma'am, to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm good afternoon to the Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Girish Agarwal, sir, Promoted Director, Dainik Bhaskar Group, His Grace, Most Reverend Sebastian Guraraj, Bishop, Chairman and President, BSSS IAS, Respected Vicar General, Father Ishwardas Milch, Respected Dr. Father John PJ, Executive Director, BSSS IAS, our Registrar, Kuriakos Emmanuel Sir, faculty colleagues, parents, staff members and faculty members of BSS and dear students. It's my honor to propose vote of thanks to the eminent gathering on behalf of BSSS IAS family. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Almighty God for His blessing. Now I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Girish Agarwal sir, the chief guest of the day, for guiding and motivating the gathering. Sir, we are blessed to host you on our campus and would like to thank you for accepting our invitation to provide specific insights to the students with respect to the skill sets that they should be focusing upon, which is of paramount importance to our young managers to build a future of resilience and hope. Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time for us, irrespective of your busy schedule. We look forward for your guidance in the future as well, sir. Now I would like to express my gratitude to His Grace, Most Reverend Sebastian Durairaj. Your Grace, you are blessed, all of us are blessed with your auspicious presence and guidance. We assure you that we will take your vision as our mission, and we will ensure that the roadmap that you have set for us, we will fulfill it in the future for sure. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Vicar General, Reverend Father Ishwadas Mitch, for your blessed presence. Next, I would like to extend my thankfulness to our respected Executive Director, Dr. Father John PJ, for being our guiding star, which shines even into light. I would like to repeat, our guiding star, which shines even into light. Thank you, Father. Father, for motivating us every time and inspiring us, and for giving us the confidence that we can win whatever we achieve and dream for. Now, I would like to express our sincere thanks to our beloved Kuriako sir, our registrar BSSS IAS, for guiding us to conduct today's event in a harmonized and methodological manner. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to place on record the sincere thanks to all esteemed fathers, sisters, HODs, and faculty members of BSS and parents for taking time to celebrate this day of BSSS IAS. So from bottom of the heart, heartfelt thanks to all of you. My sincere thanks to all faculty, fraternity and staff members of BSSS IAS for their untiring effort to celebrate this memorable day. So on behalf of BSSS IAS, I would like to appreciate the whole team. So as said by J.R.D. Tata, he has quoted once, one must forever strive for excellence or for even perfection in any task, however small it is. Never be satisfied with the second best. So you should always strive to become the best. Never be satisfied with the second best, because excellence is never an accident. It is an outcome of persistent efforts. So with this promise that BSSS IAS will march towards excellence, I would like to wind up. Thank you, and God bless you all.